up, Internet, and welcome to On the Sofa Live. If you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay in the loop. This next story is from The Guardian. Revealed, Farage's £5 million gift reported to UK crime agency over money laundering concerns.
Ooh.
Exclusive, latest Guardian revelation about gift from cryptocurrency tycoon comes as Reform UK leader forces by-election.
Yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good for him.
No,
This is
exactly.
not good for him at all.
No, exactly. The £5 million gift to Nigel Farage by a cryptocurrency billionaire was reported to the National Crime Agency by bankers who were concerned it may have been laundered money, the Guardian can reveal. The disclosure would put further pressure on the Reform UK leader, who was awaiting a decision by the Standards Commissioner over whether his failure to declare the money breached parliamentary rules.
Well, that's interesting to say. Now, this is where you might say he's trying to be quote unquote anti-establishment, because Farage was a banker. He's come from these people, and yes, let's be honest, a lot of bankers are not necessarily the most scrupulous over how when it comes to things like money. So it kind of is like things like money laundering and so on. So it's kind of like, how bad is this that people in the city are actually reporting him?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, even if the if I can get the words out, even if the investigation by the Standards Commissioner has been put on hold because of the by-election, this other investigation by the National Crime Agency isn't going anywhere.
No, this isn't going anywhere. Whether he's re-elected as an MP or loses this by-election or whatever, this is a criminal investigation.
Yeah, exactly. There's no escape from this.
And once again, Nigel, you got nothing to hide. Cooperate.
Yeah. And the thing is, if he's completely innocent of this, if like he says, he's done nothing wrong, why did he need to resign and force a by-election in the first place? It doesn't make any sense.
No, well, I'll elaborate on that a little bit more whenever we get to the his actual by-election, him forcing the by-election. But I did drop a short video on my channel yesterday, which was a bit of a rant on my behalf, to be honest. But what Nigel Farage has done in forcing this by-election is just a meaningless PR stunt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's very, very rare that you'll hear me agreeing with anything that Kemi Badenoch is saying, but when she described him as throwing a hissy fit,
yeah,
I think she hit the nail on the head.
I think she did. Yeah. And, a broken clock can be right 2 times a day.
Yeah. Yeah, every so often a blind squirrel might find a nut.
That's a good one. I'm going to use that in the future. Anyway.
Well, it's all right. I plagiarized it as well, so.
Fair enough. The article goes on. Farage was given a deadline of 1 p.m. on Tuesday to respond to The Guardian about this article. He gave a video address at 2 p.m. announcing he would force a by-election in his seat of Clacton-on-Sea. Yet attempt to shake off the deepening scandal over his finances appeared to have backfired on Tuesday night as the Conservatives, Labour, the Green Party, Restore Britain, and the Lib Dems all announced that they would not stand candidates in a contest described as a media circus and vanity project.
Yeah, I think that was. I actually think that's a smart move by the major parties, and I'm actually somewhat a little surprised that Restore UK backed out as well, because I would have thought that they would have loved a chance to try and get at Farage, because it's the whole blood feud between him and Rupert Lowe. But so what we've got here is Reform UK as candidate, which is going to be Nigel Farage. None of the major political parties are standing, but as I'm sure we'll get to, Farage does have some opposition from this in this by-election. So, and
yes,
this is shaping up, I'm going to say, to potentially be the most comically brilliant bit of British politics ever, potentially.
Yes.
This is, just when I'm looking at three of the candidates so far that have thrown their names into the hat. So
yeah, if Farage is re-elected, he's still likely to face parliamentary investigation and any reprimand that might follow. The Guardian first revealed in April that Farage had been given £5 million by the Reform donor Christopher Harborne. Since then, Farage has given differing explanations over what the money was for, and insisted he had no obligation to disclose it because he was not a politician at the time, claiming it had no bearing on his decision to stand in the 2024 general election.
Oh, come on. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, how long? This guy's been a member of the European Parliament. He's studying how many by-elections or general elections as a candidate. He can't say he wasn't a politician or didn't have aspirations of Parliament or something, because this guy has been politically active for a lot since the 1990s.
Yes, that's right.
In fact, his first by-election that he stood in was the constituency is Eastleigh, which is the constituency I live in. Or actually, not. I don't think we are anymore. Actually, so no, tell a lie. We're not anymore, because when they redrew the political boundaries for the last general election, but that was Eastleigh was my constituency for years and years, and that was the first time Farage stood. And it was I believe it was in a by-election in the mid-90s.
Okay.
But I think
However, the latest Guardian investigation will raise fresh questions over the gift. According to financial industry sources, Farage received at least some of the £5 million after he had announced on the 23rd of May 2024 that he was not going to stand for Parliament, saying it was not the right time for me. The balance of the £5 million was received after he had ruled himself out, and shortly before he said he would run for the seat of Clacton in Essex. The disclosure of the £5 million gift has led to the biggest crisis of Farage's political career. In correspondence with The Guardian, Harborne's lawyers have claimed Farage received the money on the 5th of April 2024. They did not provide a substantive response to the detailed questions on the gift and a suspicious activity report to the NCA. Instead, they asked for a copy of any documents in The Guardian's possession. In one of the letters sent to The Guardian, Farage said he did not know about the SAR. He added, "I have no reason to doubt the ultimate source of the money." He also repeated, unsubstantiated accusations that the information had been illegally obtained by the newspaper. Farage has said that he was not in politics at the time and claimed that meant he was under no obligation to disclose it. But within weeks, on the 1st of May 2024, he became a person of significant control for Reform's corporate entity, meaning he effectively owned and controlled the party. He was also honorary president of the party from March 2021 until June 2024.
I mean, let's be honest, Reform is his party.
Yeah.
You know,
yes, exactly.
It is set up that for him to be in charge, and no one is going to be able to challenge him.
I think I'm right in saying he is the CEO of Reform Limited, because it's a private limited company.
Yeah.
And he holds the biggest share in the company as well. So he has the final say in how it's run.
Exactly.
That's how he was able to remove Richard Tice, from being the leader and make himself the leader instead.
Yes. Which he was always going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, to say that he wasn't involved in politics or didn't have aspirations, I mean, like I said, this guy has been standing in elections for decades. In parliamentary, and I mean, he was elected numerous times. First of all, for the UK Independence Party, and then the Brexit Party, which is now Reform. So he should be pretty savvy about the rules by now.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
The article goes on. Farage did not notify the parliamentary authorities about the gift, but came to the notice of bankers who were not satisfied they could trace the ultimate origin of the funds. Banks pay particular attention to the transactions involving so-called politically exposed persons because they are deemed to be at greater risk of bribery, corruption, or other criminality. Harborne's involvement with cryptocurrencies also makes him higher risk in banking terms, as it is harder to track the wealth of individuals who transfer sums in and out of cryptocurrencies. In this case, The Guardian understands bankers raised a suspicious activity report, or SAR, over the gift on the 16th of May 2024 with the NCA. An SAR is not proof of wrongdoing. Rather, it is an invitation for the agency to examine the transaction to decide whether there are grounds to investigate it further. It is not the same as a crime report.
No, it's not. But I mean, it sort of makes you wonder. I mean, how much has Farage gotten in donations in bloody crypto that we don't know about?
Yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg, I'm sure. It's definitely dodgy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think it's above board. By mid-May, Farage had not received the full £5 million, according to sources, and transfers were still not completed by the 22nd of May, when he publicly ruled himself out of standing for Parliament. That announcement, however, appears at odds with details set out in a new book, The Farage Factor, by Michael Ashcroft, who said plans were already in train to launch his candidacy by mid-May. The book states by mid-May, Reform had recruited Aaron Lobo, a GB News producer, to help promote an event at which Farage was going to announce his candidacy. It adds that the Hippodrome in Leicester Square, London, was under consideration as a venue for the event. Farage has repeatedly insisted the money was an unconditional gift and that he had no reason to declare it to the parliamentary authorities. but the timing of the transfers is bound to raise further questions about his decision to stand for Parliament and whether receiving the money was a factor. When asked about the gift, Farage has given a variety of explanations about what it was intended to be used for. Initially, he said the money was given to pay for his security. Then he described it as a reward for campaigning for Brexit. In sometimes touchy exchanges with reporters, he has since said it was nobody's business what he did with the money, and that he could spend on Ferrari sports cars if he wanted to. Asked about the SAR, Farage repeated his claim that the information about the £5 million had been obtained illegally. He's provided no evidence for this claim, by the way. He said he was not aware of any discussions with the NCA about the transactions he had been involved with. In a letter to The Guardian, he said, "I have no reason to doubt the ultimate source of the money." In April, Harborne said in an interview with The Telegraph that the money was to support Nigel's security, not just now, but for the rest of his life. He added that at the time he made the gift, "I never thought he would go back into politics."
Really? Yeah, I call bullshit on that.
I hear you. Double your investment in 1 year. What? Bullshit.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but then, you know, okay, you do need £5 million worth of security to protect you from the odd milkshake that might get thrown at you and down again, I suppose. You know what they say, Mike. The revolution will be pasteurized.
Yeah, very good. And but I'll let people watching at home make up their own minds, come to their own conclusions. Let me know in the comments. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. And please do me a favor and like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and do leave a comment because that would really help me out with the algorithm. Okay, bye for now.